All right, so today I'm going to give you a little demonstration on how to draw and measure a face, okay? So the first thing I want you to know is I'm just going to kind of draw this out first, okay, and then I'll show you how to measure it. The first thing I want you to know is that your head is shaped kind of like an egg in general, okay? Your eyes are here in the middle of that head because all of this is brain up here, okay? Let's see if I can get my focus better. There. All right. Then we want to kind of look down the middle of this head and see, because we kind of want the same on both sides, okay? So I'm going to draw one eye here. Then I'm going to split this in half, not quite in half again, and not quite in half again here, okay? So when we look at these pictures, this picture, we see that the eye, the edge of this eye, and the edge of this nose are the same, and almost every face is like this. The middle of the eye and the edge of the mouth are all the same, okay? So when we look here at this, we want to do the same thing. So this will be the edge of the nose. This will be the edge of the mouth, okay? What we want to do is we want to measure across. This head is going to be 5 eyes wide. So watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes, okay? So in the middle here, there's nothing, but here is going to be the other eye, like that. Here will be the nose, and you learned how to draw those noses already. So here will be that nose with those nostrils, okay? And then down here will be that mouth, okay? And you learned how to do that, okay? So that is how we look at a face. The next thing I want to do is show you how to draw this face. Measure and draw it, okay? So we see that here she is. So I'm going to hold my pencil like this, and I see her eye is on this angle. And what I want to do is I can look at this and say, okay, here is about half and half. Okay, so I want to kind of look on my paper like this, where about midway is, and I'm going to kind of put that paper the picture kind of right there, midway on there. Okay, then I can see her eyes are right about here on this angle. See if I hold that on that angle, because that head goes on an angle, right? Then that nose will be right about in the middle here, somewhere right in here, and then that mouth will be down a little bit farther. But now we have to measure, okay? So let's see. We're going to start with this eye, and either eye, you can use either eye, but I like to use the one that's the most dominant. And since I'm right-handed, I'm going to start with the right eye. So I'm going to say, here's my measurement, okay? And then I'm going to go 1, it's over to the next eye, 2, 3 gets me to the edge of the paper. Now this is where it's really important, okay? You always go back to the center of the eye that you're measuring. 1, 2 up is how far we need, okay? 1, 2 over, okay? And then down. 1 down is going to be here at the top of that nose. 2 is going to be right at this mouth opening. 3 is just before the bottom of her chin. 4 and maybe 5, okay? So now I can change that up to whatever I want it to be, however it's going to fit on this page. All right, so here's my measurement. Let's see, okay? Let's say this is going to be my first eye. 1 over, 2 is going to be my second eye. 3 is going to be to the edge of the page, okay? Remember we said 1 up was right here. 2 up is the top of the page, okay? Then we said 1 eye over and then 1 more eye, so that's going to fit. And then 1 down is going to be the top of that nose, 2 down is going to be that lip, 3 down is going to be just under that chin, and 4 down is going to be down to her neck here, okay? So that's the first thing we want to do. Then we start drawing that eye. And because you practice drawing those eyes already, you know how to do this, okay? So practice that eye. I can check and make sure that it's correct by measuring up and down this way and then going this way. 1, 2, okay? So let's see how I did. 1, that's going to be right in the middle of that eye, and just over there is 2, okay? And because you learned how to draw that eye, I'm not going to do the whole thing on here. Okay? So then I'm going to go over here, and here's the angle of that second eye. So now I'm going to draw that eye here. And I'm looking at the shapes. These shapes are so important. Okay? So when I see the roundness of this eye here, I want to look at this shape right here. You see the white of that eye? I want to see that same shape on my paper. Okay? And over here. And her eye barely touches the bottom of that lid, but I want to see this shape again. Do I see this shape right here? That's what I need to see, okay? Then I can come down here, and I know that this is the top of that nose right here, and here's the lip, right? So right about here, just a little bit past this measurement, is where the bottom of that nose is going to be. Remember, she has all of this right here. Okay, so then I can draw her nose, what I see, nostril, nostril, and I got that off just a little bit. Okay, then I want to look at that eyebrow. The eyebrow, I can measure it again this way, and up 1 is going to be where that eyebrow is going to be. So that eyebrow is going to be up here. It starts way over here at the bridge of this nose. See where that nose has that bridge right there? That's where that eyebrow is going to start. And it's going to go up and around like that, okay? So just draw it very loosely, and I'll do a demo next week about how to do hair. Okay, then you want to get that eyelid in there. Okay, same thing over here. Here's her pupil, and here's the bridge of that nose, so that eyebrow is going to come up to about here. Okay, and then here's going to be the middle of her mouth, right here, and around to right about here, and then here to right about here. And then we don't see all of her lip right here, so we're going to come up. We're going to draw it like we see it. And then she has a real full lip down here, doesn't she? And it almost... Okay, then her chin is right here, and we know the bottom of her chin is right about here. And we can take these measurements and figure out how wide her face is if you need to do that. Like, so I can take her eye measurement like this, and I could say, okay, how far is it from her eye to the side of her face here? So let's see, it's It's not quite this from her to here, okay, is where the side of her face is going to be. And we know that it kind of comes down like this, and then it's going to come in, and here's her chin. Like this, okay? So that's pretty much, and then you can just kind of put in that hair to begin with. Don't do anything with it until I tell you what to do next week, okay? So just kind of draw that hair, draw like just a light line where that hair is gonna be, okay? Neck comes from, look where that neck comes from here. All right, so that's how we draw and measure and draw a face. Do you have any questions for me? Make sure that everything is the same on both sides, okay? You got it?